Alright everybody, today I'm going to be reviewing this product that I purchased through Amazon just a little bit ago. It's a Fab-Quality USB car charger. It says Apple and Android 2-in-1, which is actually a really neat feature, and unfortunately I can't do the unboxing for you as I already opened it, obviously. But one thing I did notice is that here on the back, and this isn't the same thing that was communicated in the ad, is it says in output 1 you can actually get 3.1 amps, and in output 2 you can also get 3.1 amps. On the ad I believe it said that you could get 2.1 out of one port and 1.0 out of the other port. In the extensive amount of testing that I did, which if you've seen any of my other reviews, you know that I love trying to find an actual car charger that is a really good car charger. This one, my phone that I could charge, my devices that I could charge, it would only go up to 1.8 amps, and that's the limitation on the device. And it didn't matter which port I plugged it into, and whether or not I had another device plugged into the other port, it still stayed at that that 1.8 amps on either port. So that was really good, really awesome. This is the cable that came along with it. It's one of those tangle-free cables, and it has this adapter here where you're able to plug in either a lightning port for an Apple device, or you're able to just slide this down a little bit and plug in a micro USB device, which is typically your Android devices. So this was kind of a neat little feature. I really wish it was flipped the other way around and it was the lightning port that plugged up into the adapter for the micro USB, just because I have an Android device and I don't want to have to always have this thing hanging down. I think it would have been cooler if it would have gone that way. But I mean, it's really not in the way. If I stick it in my car, it's completely out of the way, so it's not a big deal. And there is a nice little cap on this, and whoops, on the other one here. There's a nice little cap for this, although once you put it in a car, you're probably not ever going to use that. And there's a cap for this one as well, but I seem to have misplaced it. Now, so that's the cool part, and I did mention that it did hold the charge really high, which was really awesome as well. I did have a problem with mine where, and you'll see the pictures, where the port itself was kind of twisted a little bit. So I was just taking a look at it, and unfortunately you're gonna see some parts here. As I was looking at it, yep, that's right. I noticed that this wasn't even in there all the way. It kind of had popped out on the corner, so I went ahead and I pulled it the rest of the way out. And the problem that we run into with this is that it doesn't actually clip all the way in. So a manufacturing defect here prevents it from clipping all the way in, which means it slipped right out. And when I looked in originally, I seem to be missing one of the pieces from it, the actual USB plugins. But this was down in here with the USB plugins on top of it, and I thought maybe I could just twist it a little bit and see if that worked, and that didn't happen. But I noticed that these little things that are popped out of the side started shifting. So I thought, well, maybe that's kind of the anchor, and I'll push them in and pull it out. So I pushed these in and tried to pull it out, and that's when I broke it. I broke the device. So unfortunately it went like that, with again that little USB piece that I seem to have misplaced. But I mean, if you guys are familiar, this little part of the USB charger would clip right on top of here. When it came out, I knew it was broken, which really makes me sad because I really liked this one, other than the fact that it just wasn't quite lined up. But I started taking a closer look at it. This piece right here is aluminum, which is pretty neat. You don't often see anything other than just plastic on your charger, so to be able to have this aluminum here, it looks cooler than it is really functional. But it's kind of a neat option, and I liked that. There's a little raised edge, a raised line on the inside there that goes towards a little depressed line right here. And when you put those in, obviously there was some glue that would have been involved with it. And the glue doesn't really stick. Whether it was the fact that you're trying to glue aluminum onto plastic, it didn't stick. So as soon as this little thing came out, this came right off as well. So there might be some quality issues with it, I guess. And I don't know that it's necessarily quality with poor product or poor materials. Just that this thing just did not slip in and clip in where it was supposed to, and it just made it so that way it popped right off. And of course, me trying to fix one little thing that really didn't prevent functionality at all, but really bothered me. is what broke it. So I'm upset with myself. You will notice that on here it does say 2.1 amp and 1.0 amp, and like I mentioned earlier, I was able to carry at least 1.8 amps through either port. So I believe that it might just be a combined 3.1 total that you're able to get. Or it might be 3.1 in each and you get a combined 6.2, but wouldn't that be amazing for as cheap as this device is? Still, as it is, this is a really good price for what I would consider a really good product, and I'm going to email the manufacturer and see if I can get another one, because I really didn't want to break it. If you look at the edges right here, you can kind of see as I'm holding it up that one of these is raised up slightly higher than the other one, and it's just a little bit crooked, so like it would need to be twisted like that just a tad bit, and that's actually what was causing that twisted the angle, which is like an 8% angle or whatever that I kind of put in the review, that is preventing it from being right straight on there. It didn't keep me from plugging it in, it just looked funny, and I don't know, maybe I'm just being a perfectionist. I just wanted it to fit perfect. So unfortunately I broke it. Let me see if I can find that last part real fast. My cats might have knocked it down. Oh, here it is. Alright, so this was the last part where you actually plug in the USB cables to it, and then this would go in there like that, and that's how you were able to provide your power to it. I don't know anything about this stuff, so I can't tell you if this is high quality product underneath, but it has 4 really bright LED blue lights that look really cool whenever this is all clipped in together, and it charged, which was awesome. And it's kind of compact, and it's who gets aluminum, right? Textured aluminum at that. So that way, if you wanted to twist it around, supposedly you get better grip. That's a really minor thing, and I'm not actually going to say that that's a selling point of the device, but it's just something to pay attention to. So, all right, if you guys had any questions, definitely let me know. I'm more than happy to answer them for you. And in addition to that, if this review helped you at all to be able to see kind of the insides and the guts of your device that you're purchasing, I'd love it if you could put a yes down there underneath for the box that says it was helpful. And also, just so you know, I did receive this product at a discount in exchange for my review, and I'm very sad that I broke it, because I do like this product compared to some of the other cheap car chargers that I've owned before. The price is right, and it's a decent quality product. There was just that one tiny manufacturer defect that set me off and made me take bad action and break it. So, but I do like the cable, so I'll definitely be keeping the cable. I tested this cable as well to make sure that it would go at least 1.8, which was the maximum that my device would allow. So, all right, there you go. Thanks.